So first and foremost, welcome to everybody who's joining us today for this webinar. My name is Sean Kozak. I'm the founder of NeuroStreet. And I'm coming in today to kind of tag team this presentation with Jim, my head of education, and also my Futures Trade Room moderator, because we're going to be doing something completely different. And there's some really, really big changes coming in the very near future with NeuroStreet and the expansion of the TickBlaze platform, and then the expansion of our prop firm opening up for trader funding. NeuroStreet Academy is basically positioning itself as the backbone for prop firm trading and prop firm education, basically designed for prop firm traders and essentially anyone that's looking to scale a trading career as a day trader. Okay. Now, up until now, the entry barrier to get into NeuroStreet was quite large. It was essentially not always affordable by most. A lot of people know they wanted it and needed it, but not everybody was in a place to be able to pull the trigger. And over the past couple of weeks, we've been making some major changes to be able to better position the school so that everybody, and when I mean everyone, everybody can come in and benefit from this without it basically becoming a difficult decision. Now, as the owner of the company, I wanted to come in and spearhead this so that we could start the game right today and we can get right into the details. But before I go any further, can I just ask a couple questions? Are you guys okay with me getting some details from everybody here? Because I don't know who you are. I know some of your names, but I don't really know where you're at, what you're struggling with. But how many of you guys are right now currently looking for a better solution to run a day trading business? The strategy needs to change. You're looking for a better trading room. You're looking for a better system. You're looking for a much more affordable solution. You're looking for an edge. I don't know what it is, but I'm assuming you're looking for something, because if not, you wouldn't be here. All of the above, Warren. Gabriel says I am. Terrence, right? Looking for a better edge, Greg. Okay. So I'm just going to get right into the details, because if we're going to do this, we got to get right into the meat. And in order for me to get you funded as a prop firm trader, and a lot of people say, well, why would I want to be a prop firm trader? And the question is, why not? Because there's so much opportunity in this industry now. You don't even need to trade your own money to make a really large income. The industry's changed for the better. And NeuroStreet is one of the largest pillars in this industry for prop firm education and trading. Trading systems, trading software, trading rooms, you name it. And all we do is work with prop traders. That's our mandate. We work with a lot of other traders that trade their own accounts. Question, obviously, that's obviously there as well. But even a lot of traders that want to trade their own accounts don't. They trade for prop firms because they don't have to risk their own money. How many of you guys would like to get funded as a prop trader in literally less than 30 days? Can you guys just give me a yes or no? I want to know if you guys are real serious about learning what we have here today. Okay, 30 days or less get you funded working as a profitable trader. And let me get right down to it. I mean staying funded. I don't mean getting funded. Getting funded is actually quite easy. Shit, you can get funded in a day now, apparently. There's prop firms out there offering 1 day to pass. I don't know how long that's going to fly regulatory-wise, but I won't go into that. We'll get into that another day. But at the end of the day, getting funded is quite easy. Staying funded and making a shit ton of money over the course of the next year is a different story, right? How many of you guys would like to stay funded, right? Stay funded so that you can draw on a regular income, right? That's a different story, which requires a different solution, which requires not a get rich quick scheme, which requires a little bit more of an edge, right? Great. So because I'm going to go over into the details, I'm going to go over into some stuff. I do need to cover some risk disclaimers, guys. Do me a favor and just type Y in the chat box if you accept the risk disclaimer so I can move forward. We're all professionals here. Just want to get into the details, yeah? Okay. So I present a little differently. Most people say I'm a little bit bold. That's just who I am. Been in this space a long time. I've earned that. But I've also been around long enough to know that 99% of you don't want to hear the bullshit anymore. You're tired of it. How many webinars you guys been to? You hear the same thing over and over again. Holy shit, I get it. I get it. I've been there. How many of you guys are sick and tired of hearing the same old stuff by 30 different people? Okay. Well, it doesn't matter where you've been, how many webinars you've ever been, right? How much products you've ever bought. You are all here for the same baseline: to make as much money as possible and scale a day trading business. Everything else gets packaged into that. So I'm not going to sit here and bore you with the jargon. I'm not going to sit here and waste your time with all of the extra stuff that you already know is needed. Okay. I'm going to break down the walls. I'm going to fix some of the problems, and I'm going to give you the key, which if you choose to unlock Pandora's box, you can have it. I'm just going to tell you what is working for some of the very successful traders that we have. And then basically what's going to happen is we're going to give you a solution. Okay. Now, how many of you guys would like to work and learn from successful prop traders? How many of you guys think you need a mentor that's actually doing it? Yes? How many of you guys actually think that it's important to follow somebody that knows what they're doing? Okay. Great. So over the next course of the next 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to go through some things that we think are absolutely critical. We're going to get right into the foundation, and then we're going to go into the details. Now, this is where your automatic safeguard comes up. I've already seen some of the comments come in the chat rocks, right? I already see it. Psychologically, we're human natures. Us as humans are wired for protecting ourselves, right? Like we are habits. We're habitual creatures, essentially, like no different than animals. The only difference between us and animals is God-given free will, right? The power of free will. Outside of that, it's survival of the fittest. In the markets, it's even worse because we're now attaching money to it, right? So any type of negative situation that's happened in your past is already affecting you and you don't even know it. You've already accepted failure before you even know you're accepting failure, because for whatever reason, you've probably got comfortable to your current circumstance. And it's not your fault. The truth is, it's not your fault. Psychologically, you've reprogrammed your own reality. You don't even know it. If you worked with some of the most best trader psychologists or mind coaches in this business, they're going to tell you that you're broken in ways you don't even know. Now, my reality is that you can't fix that unless you have an edge to trade, because no bad habits and no fears and no bad patterns are going to get reprogrammed unless you're around somebody that's actually making successful trades every single day, because it takes a lot to unwire the shit that's gone wrong. How many of you guys can admit that you've got some stuff that you know you're doing that you shouldn't be doing, and you constantly are kicking yourself in the you-know-what because it keeps happening? It's a repetitive cycle. How many of you guys are feeling that right now all the time? Right? You're like, why am I keep doing that? What's going on here? But this is where that wall comes up, says, oh, Sean, I've heard that before. Or just you just finished saying you weren't going to say what everyone else is saying. No, I'm not saying what everyone else is saying. I'm going to break you like a dog gets broken by his master. I know that's a bold statement, but I'm hired by some of the most wealthy individuals to break them in trading. I can give you a list of all the clients I've coached in the last 2 years, and I've taken guys that have been losing for 15 years and now they're profitable traders. How? Because we break them. We break the psychological patterns that are holding them back. And the only way you're going to do this is if you admit that you need help. How many of you guys are willing to admit you need some help right now? Men, women, in between, I don't care who you are, where you come from. How many of you guys can willingly admit right now you need to make a change in this business? It's an honest admission. It's not easy. Some of you are even probably challenging my ethics right now by commenting like this. or even say, how dare this guy say these things? You don't need to like me. You need to get results. I'm in the results business. Trading is a results business. If you don't like it, you will lose money. Okay. Now, the only way you're going to trust somebody to teach you is if they're doing it every single day. Okay. I've learned a lot of things in my life. When I go to the gym, I do not learn how to train by the fat guy sitting in the corner, the guy that comes one day a week and says, I'm in the gym every day. No. You're not going to trust that guy. You're going to trust the bodybuilder who's probably taking steroids, who has a chiseled physique that looks like a statue from Greece, right? If you're a trader, who in the hell is going to trust somebody that they're not watching them trade? Like I wouldn't. Like if somebody's going to teach me their strategy, I need to see them. Show me the trades. Show me in real time when today it's one way and tomorrow it's another, that you're still taking the trades. Because if you can't, then you're not a good mentor. Now, the only way our trading instructors can run trading rooms for NeuroStreet Academy is if they log every single trade, win, lose, or break even, in the classrooms, and they record it so that the CFTC can audit us and go back and say, are you posting those trades? Can you show me that those trades were taken in the classroom in front of an audience? We have 5 years of recorded trade rooms. Literally, we have to keep them because we're an educator. And you never know when someone's going to come and challenge your ethics. Now, why am I saying this? Because if you're going to join a school, and if you're going to join an academy or join an educator or buy a course or follow a mentor, then wouldn't you want them to be able to demonstrate it all the time for you? There's no way you're going to be able to do that unless you're seeing it every single day. How many of you guys would think that that's important? Yes? How many of you guys would like to watch an instructor trade in front of you, even while you're learning, and then log the trades in front of you and trade them in front of you so that you can copy those trades? Every single day. Now, we've got multiple rooms running simultaneously because we're an academy. We're not just a course provider. We have classrooms with instructors, with prop traders, trading live. So in order to do that, you're going to be given our trading plans, not your trading plans. Your trading plans are broken or you wouldn't be here. That's just bold. I'm just going to say it as it is, guys. What you're doing ain't getting you the dineros or you wouldn't be here. How many of you guys would like a new trading plan? Or maybe a couple setups that work a lot and they're traded every single day by experienced traders. And until you learn them, you can copy the instructor while following our plan. That's all I'm talking about. You're not going to have to write a trading plan. You're not going to have to create one. You're not going to have to come up with something. You just got to follow us. Copy our trades, follow the rules until you learn them like brushing your teeth. Then you just copy our trades. And then until you can do it while you're sleeping, you just keep copying the trades, following our plans, and that's it. Because we already know that the moment you have to sit here and redo these trading plans or ultimately come up with your own. How many of you guys have been told by someone in the past, you need a trading plan? Well, yeah, we all know that, duh. But you're coming here because your plan ain't working. So what we've done is we've created multiple trading plans for the setups that we have. They're exactly rules-based, step-by-step, no ambiguity, no, well, maybe this, shoulda, coulda, woulda, because that shit's going to get you stopped out. If every single day, well, I think the market's doing this, and I think that's an ambiguous plan that is destined to fail because it's plagued by subjectivity. If you do not have an exact rules-based trading system, it will fall apart. It'll fall apart. I will lay my career on it. because the market is dynamic. And therefore, when it changes, you can't change. Now, we have a trading plan for trend trades. Why? Because when the market's trending, you need a trend setup. We have a trading plan for reversals. Why? Because the market's not always trending. We have a trading plan for price action, supply and demand, CWAP and VWAP. Why? Because we need a setup for different situations. Otherwise, you'll probably be sitting on the sidelines too long, and then you'll be like, well, I can't run a business like this because it's not giving me enough setups. If you don't have a setup every single day, you cannot run a business as a trader. That's like owning a restaurant but only making money one day out of the week. That's not a good business. So how many of you guys would like to use our trading plans and follow our instructors and copy those trades in real time so that you don't have to do it on your own? Okay. Now, I'm not reading the chat box. So if you're writing a bunch of stuff, please don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm presenting because I need to be able to cover the details. Now, we're not going to just sit there and say, hey, did you catch that trade? One of the other rules that have to be done as an instructor in our school is you have to trade it in front of traders. They need to see the fills. They need to see the entries. They need to see the stops and the targets. Why? Because there's no way that anyone's going to learn it unless they do that, which is not easy, by the way, because that not only puts pressure on the instructor to trade, but it ultimately puts pressure on the instructor to keep a trading log that has to be consistent, which means that's a whole lot more pressure than just trading for yourself. You need to be responsible for a lot of other people to be successful. Now, we know we can't control everyone else's decisions, but we still need to be able to give you the foundation that you can do it because someone else is doing it successfully. And we will log all the trades and we will show you the fills and we will show you the entries and we'll do it in front of you. Now, when we trade, we have to teach you how to understand the market condition. Now, I don't mean, okay, what's the trend for the day? I mean being able to identify the things that matter the most. You need to know when it's time to take a trade. You need to know when the market's not trending and it's breaking out, or when it's range bound and it's stuck in a coil. You need to know how to assess the thesis of the day and how to approach it, because that's more important than the trade setup. The trade setup is the rule to get you in the market. That is it. That is all. It is your entry and it is your exit. The condition of the market is going to dictate how you trade and how well you trade. And so we have an entire foundation that we put our students through. Why? Because without it, an entry is useless. A strategy is completely useless without an understanding of context. And why is this important? Because if you're going to work for a prop firm and they're going to give you access to getting paid out, you need to understand how to run a business different than just taking trades. Because if you want to stay funded, your life depends on this. How many of you guys would think that this makes sense? Yes or no? Or am I just blowing smoke? A lot of people in here today. Are you guys awake? Help me out here, guys. I take this quite seriously. A lot of people come to us looking for help because they're broken, or they're not making money, or they're losing, or they're spending thousands of dollars on stuff and they're getting sick of it. I take this really seriously. Good. Now, I can't get into too much details. I can't talk about this any more than I can right now, other than that NeuroStreet's mandate is to send traders to work for prop firms. Why? Because that's the business. 80% of the industry doesn't have money to trade. And the other 20% that do don't want to trade their own money. Now, we work with a lot of prop firms. There's a couple big players in the industry. I can't go into details right now about what's going on, other than the fact that we are launching our own. And I can assure you it's going to disrupt the industry. It's massive. It's taken 2 years to build. We're represented by some of the world's largest regulatory and funded law firms in the business. And our models are going to change the industry completely. Our payouts are going to change the industry completely. Our structure is going to change everything. And we're a multi-asset funded company, so we're not just futures. Now, why am I saying this? Because We're a trading school to send traders to prop firms. We know what we're doing. We are launching a prop firm. We better be putting our own traders through that firm. Now, that doesn't mean you can't go with Apex or Trade Funder or Top Step or whatever. We have relationships with all of them. But be excited for the future, because everybody in NeuroStreet Academy is going to be given something different than everybody else is going to have in the world. So you want to be on the inside when this opens up, and it's coming very soon. Prop Shop Trader will be live very shortly. And when it does, you want to be a part of NeuroStreet, because I promise you, things are going to be taking place that are going to dictate the future industry. It's going to shake Apex and Top Step and all these other firms, because what they're doing will not last. Both from a legal, regulatory perspective, and I can't go into any more details on that. Let's just say that I've had privileged experiences to be able to meet with some of the people that make the rules in this business, and I know what those people are looking at. I've had the privilege of meeting with the former chair of the CFTC, and I won't go any further in that. And all I'm trying to tell you is that when I do some videos and when we talk about this, NeuroStreet will be positioned as a leader in this space. Why? Because we understand what can and cannot be done. How many of you guys are seeing some of the backlash right now that's going on in the prop industries? Even some of the futures companies now are doing it. I don't know if you see that. Companies are having to change their rules and things are changing. And there's more to it than that. And I'll be talking about that in the near future. But this is exciting because we're going to get into those details very shortly. How many of you guys would like for me to do a deep dive on that later at a different time? I'll go into more details on this in the future. Trust me. We will. Just trust me. NeuroStreet is our foundation is solid. And we were always an educator before these prop firms came to be. We've been working with them since the beginning. So what we're going to be doing is positioning ourselves as a major player coming out, and we will be a whale in this business. So if you want to be aligned with an educator that can get you funded and stay funded, not only will you get funded and stay funded, we will back you when our prop firm goes live. Okay. Now, I want to go back to this, because when I'm learning something, information overload can be a problem. Okay. How many of you guys can admit that when you learn things, it can be overbearing? It's overwhelming. Like the information, you're learning new things, you're learning new patterns, you're learning new context, new theory, you're trying to follow somebody do this and that. How many of you guys get overwhelmed by the influx of data that comes into the human brain? And then when you try to make sense of it in real time, shit hits the fan. Why? Because your brain is like a sponge. And if you're feeding it, it needs to learn and absorb and relax, learn and absorb and relax. Well, that takes time. And time equals money in trading, because when you're not doing something, you're losing an opportunity. So why am I saying this? All I want you to be able to do is come into NeuroStreet. Okay. We will give you the education. We know that that'll take a little bit of time to learn. The only reason we run a trading room is so that you can have somebody dictate live markets and you can trade with them and at the same places, on the same trades, plan them in advance. Everything we do is a proactive trading plan. We are never reactive in the market. You will never see us react to the market. You will always see us plan our trades in advance. Why? Because there's no way anybody can learn them if you don't. So if you're going to come in and actually do something while you're learning, we call this earn while you learn, because we know it's going to take you weeks, depending on who you are, to get really good at something from an information perspective. Wouldn't you want to make money, get funded in that process so that you can recoup some of your initial investment? How many of you guys would like to do that so that you're not just spending money all the time? You can actually put it back in your own pocket. Exactly. Now, I know that a lot of you want to make changes. Some of you are extremely ready. Some of you are still fighting this Sean guy. He's full of it. Okay. Do me a favor. If this is sounding exactly what you're looking for, type a 1 in the chat box. Not a yes, a 1. Okay. Now, for everybody who I've challenged the psychological makeup of your human brain, and you're still a bit defensive with me, and you're still a bit challenging, and you're still a little bit like, well, you know, Sean, I've heard this before. Oh my God, this guy's just selling me a big bag of shit, whatever. Type a 2. I will respect your honesty. I think it's great. I think I need some of that. Everybody needs that. How many of you guys are still feeling a little bit challenged right now? You're like, okay, great. This is important. All of the ones, a part of your answer is impulse, because you're excited about what I'm saying. You're not wrong for choosing that. I think you're probably ready to make a great decision. But some of that decision is backed by emotion. The 2s in here, the 2s are now facing this from a logical perspective, in that, okay, he's probably onto something, but I still don't trust him yet. I don't really know the guy. I don't really know these guys. I don't know who NeuroStreet is, like, but he's probably right with a little bit. How many of you guys think that's pretty fair? Give me a yes if what I'm saying kind of resonates with both the 1s and the 2s, right? It's kind of fair here, right? You got to build that relationship, okay? Okay. Now, I'm a big believer in being able to back up what I say. Trustpilot costs us about 10 grand a year. We can't change the reviews. Anytime somebody gives us a bad review, we got to contact the person, try to make it right, figure out where we dropped the ball. We've got over 1,180 reviews at the time of taking this. The picture was taken in December 2023, 5 days ago. I'm not sure when they took this photo, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is that we choose to use a service that cannot be manipulated. There's a lot of other review sites out there, like So Tell Us and a few others, that anybody can post whatever you want, right? Let me explain 2 things that matter to me: trader success and customer support. As a business, if your support is terrible, you don't have a business. And in trading, support is everything. Why? Because trading is a frustrating industry. Traders face struggle. Traders face problems with their computers or their software or their classrooms or something. And if you can't get on a phone within a very short period of time, or get an email, or get somebody to help you, how many of you guys would agree that sucks? Not being able to get help when you need it. My first promise to you is that'll never happen here. Why? Because I believe we have the best support in the world. In this industry, we literally have one of the best support teams in the business. The second thing is that I'm already going to throw a guarantee at you, a money back guarantee, okay, so that you have no risk to you, so that I can build that trust with you and build that relationship with you, so that you can leave a raving review here. How many of you guys would like to have a money back guarantee, so that even if you came into NeuroStreet, you have no risk to you, and all I care about is giving you amazing support and giving you exceptional results, or you don't have any issues, like you just, right? Okay. Sounds amazing, right? Sounds too good to be true. No, it's not too good to be true. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the cost of our programs. I'm going to go over the cost of the actual school itself. Stick around. I'm going to talk about the core package first. Then I'm going to talk about the bonuses. Then I'm going to talk about the money back guarantee, so that you literally have no risk to you. The only thing you have to do is make a decision to join us. And remember, what did I say at the beginning of this presentation? What did I say? That we're doing something different now. We're positioning the school for the expansion of the platform and expansion of the prop. So we've lowered the barrier to entry for everybody, so that everybody can be a part of this. You guys remember me saying that? Yes or no? Great. So for those of you that stuck around, this is where the magic happens. The first part of this is the school. Let me explain it. We are an academy, which means you don't get 1 course, you get 5. Stocks, futures, Forex, crypto, options. We have foundation courses from all the way to basic to the most advanced courses. And when I mean advanced, I mean hedge fund traders would benefit from the things we talk, like market arbitrage and statistical balancing. And like, it goes pretty deep. Okay. Now, We have strategy courses. Why? Because there's education and then there's strategies. There's a big difference between market knowledge and trading systems. You have to be given both or they will not work together. You must understand the concepts for the trading strategies to make sense. Now, we have a very big program on liquidity. Why? Because most people don't even understand what it is. They know market structure, but they don't really understand liquidity. And no, that doesn't mean order flow. There's a whole lot going on in liquidity that 99% of traders never learn. And if they did, it would change their lives. However, it has to be taught in a sequential process. We have a liquidity program, which will be the foundation into supply and demand and order blocks and smart money concepts and you name it. And then you actually have access to multiple trading rooms with multiple instructors. So depending on your needs, you may only want futures, or you may want stocks and options, or you may want Forex. You have access to both with multiple instructors, where we do not charge you for both. We used to. We used to sell these independently. We've merged everything together so that you have access to it all. Some would say it's kind of like the Netflix of trading schools, right? We've been called that before. Now, that's the core package. Now, it's valued at over 13 grand. Now, let me talk a little bit about the bonuses. We have a Discord community. The difference between the NeuroStreet School Discord community and the open communities is that the NeuroStreet School is private. It's not bombarded with a whole bunch of people in there. It's only the traders trading for prop firms in the school, in the classrooms. You can speak to instructors. You can speak to the other traders. You have access to our staff at any given time. And then when we launch TickBlaze, everybody that is using our platform will have access to the open source community where they're going to get thousands and thousands of resources absolutely free. We'll get more into that after. It's coming very soon. And everybody in NeuroStreet will be given a huge, huge advantage over everybody that's not. And I'm just letting you know that this is an add-on. It was normally never here before. We're adding it and we're getting ready to roll it out. So just get excited for it because it's extremely, extremely exciting. It's coming very soon and you'll have access to it. Now, this is a bonus, right? You don't need to pay for this. This is over and above everything. Now, we spend weeks building all of the resources so that you don't have to. All of the workspaces, all of the layouts, all of the structure, the charts, the settings, everything is pre-configured for you. All you need to do is log in, download the resources, launch the platform, and Bob's your uncle, okay? The big aspect to this is the time. It takes a lot of time for our staff to do this, myself included. Building all of the trader resources takes a lot of time, and therefore time equals money, and therefore we're giving you that for free, okay? Now, there's a lot of you that will need white glove support. Why? Because let's face it, not everybody's tech savvy. Not everybody knows everything about the platforms and the layouts and the resources. So you can book a one-on-one call. You can call somebody, you can email us, you can book a remote support session. Normally, you got to pay for that. Normally, that's an extra add-on. Normally, companies don't even offer that. You get that every single day that you're with us if you need it. Not just when you buy, any single day that you need it, you have access to our support team for that. Now, how many of you guys would like an instructor, an experienced instructor to go over your trading plan and your trades? Type a yes if that would be a privilege to you. If you took a bunch of trades and you had somebody meet with you and go over your trades, how many of you guys would be willing to meet an experienced instructor to do that? I pray to God I had this when I started trading years and years ago. It didn't exist. And it only exists if I paid $30,000 to $50,000 for some really advanced mastermind coaching program. Right? This normally costs a lot. You get access to this. Should you choose to use it, that means you got to take the trades and you need to have the logs, but we will meet with you. If you're doing everything that we say to do, you will definitely have something to go over with the instructors. Now, that's also free. As I said, you do not have to trade your trading plans. You can trade ours. We've built them. And when I mean built them, we've really built them. These are documented business plans for traders with strategies, with the exact setups, the exact rules, and the courses are attached to them in the school, which means you don't only have the strategy, you actually have them linked to the courses inside the school. Now, As I mentioned, we've been making a lot of changes with the ecosystem for the schools. How many of you guys are starting to see the big wave with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, all of the things that are going on in the blockchain industry? A lot of traders don't know where to get started with it. Some of you guys have. We have an entire different academy that we normally used to sell. We've merged it into the school. Why? Because it's going to be the foundation for crypto education. I believe that everybody needs to learn this stuff. No matter if you're interested now, 6 months from now, a year from now, you need to learn this stuff. Because if you don't, you're going to be left behind in the next couple of years when the industry transitions to this and policy and regulation steps in. And we've added it into the schools so that maybe you're ready now, maybe you're not. Maybe you're ready in 6 months, maybe you're ready in a year. You get access to this. This is going to help you with setting up your wallets and setting up your cybersecurity and making sure you don't do things that you shouldn't. And everybody must learn this. Just like you have a debit card for your bank, you need to learn this. It's eventually going to be the future. And therefore, we want to make sure that everybody gets the proper education. So we threw it in on top of the school so that you can have access to that, right? Once again, yours free. Now, trading rooms are for trading, okay? Trading rooms are for trading. We run afternoon courses and live group coaching sessions with the same trade room instructors, but for education. Why? Because during the heat of the moment in the market, okay, we're trading. We're not sitting there going through 100 different questions and breaking down concepts. We're trading. The market's moving. It's time to trade. It's time to make money. But then where do I go to get all the information that I need, Sean? Exactly. In the afternoon classes, live markets with instructors. Why? Because that's time for teaching. There's a time for trading, and then there's a time for teaching. That's why we break them down independently, because that's how traders learn best. It's also how our instructors can keep their sanity. Because you got to be able to do both. Now, this is for futures. These are afternoon mastermind classes for all the students, and we rotate the education in different modules. We also have it for stocks and options. Now, normally these are $2,000 coaching programs. You get them for free. We've consolidated the entire school to get ready for the launch of NeuroStreet and the TickBlaze expansion and the prop firm expansion. The bonuses, if you add them all up, they equal more than the core program. They're close to 14 grand in bonuses that we used to sell. Literally used to sell these. If you bring them all together, the core program, 13.5, the total bonuses, 13.7, you're looking at about a $30,000 mastermind program, which is less than what I've paid for coaching programs in the business. We're going to give it to you for 93% off. It's a batshit crazy offer. Take it or never look back. There is nothing like this that exists in the business. It's $1,990 for the year. And then it renews at $295 annually each year after, so that you can stay in the classrooms and you can stay in the trading rooms once you've gone through all the material and you've gone through the entire programs that you need to. We're basically taking close to 25 grand off the cost of this program. Now, this is where you start like, oh, okay, like how many of you guys think that's an insane offer? 93%. That's bigger than Black Friday. That's bigger than Black Friday. Okay. Now, this is where you're saying, okay, Sean, but, you know, this sounds great, but what if, you know, and what if I don't get it? And I, you know, this and that, that's fine. I said you have a guarantee. This is it. We will give you a money back guarantee. Yeah, I said that. This is where the batshit crazy offer gets even more crazier. We will refund you your purchase, a full refund. And just for wasting your time, we will give you an extra $500 over and above your refund. We will lose money on your refund. Why? Because we know that the traders that do what we tell them to do, and we know the traders that stay in the program and actually do the work, have the results. We have the results to see it. We know we have the testimonials to see it. We can see the funded payouts. Let me explain this. If you come to the trading room, Okay. If you come to the trading room and you're regularly there, if you complete all the online education, if you meet in the afternoon classes with the instructor, if you meet with the trading instructors and go over your trades, and you submit the logs and your trade plan for help, if you do all of that, you should be a funded and very, very successful trader. And if you're not, we will refund you. You have a win-win here. There is no loss in your mind. You either win and you scale profits as a trader, or we refund you after you meet all the requirements that we know will get you to where you need to be. You have no risk to you. It's the best thing that ever exists in this business, and we stand behind that. If you're willing to show up, we will meet you and we will get you to where you need to be. Now, we are positioning this because we are launching this with the expansion of the tick plays and the prop firm offering. So we've changed our structure and pricing to accommodate being able to help as many people as possible getting in before we launch tick plays and the prop firms. Now, you're going to have to act now because we do not do 93% off every single day. This is insane with a money back guarantee. So you're going to have to make a decision. Okay. And you're going to have to act now, because it's time to get going and it's time to get busy. So if you're willing to do this, we will give you a career in this business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically thank you for your time. I hope you guys enjoyed the event. This is the breakdown of the program. And this is where the questions can start. I can go over all the details if you have any questions, and we'll put the link in the chat box. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the presentation, but yeah, lots of information to take in, but we want to see you guys succeed. Now, I'm going to run a poll. Okay. I need to know, because I'm going to have to meet with my support team to make sure that we can help with all the onboarding. Can you guys do me a favor? Okay. Can you guys do me a favor and just type in the chat box if you're in it to win it or not? I just want to know if this is something that you're going to be joining us with, because we want to make sure that we can help you and get you onboarded, because this offer is not going to be around forever. And I'm telling you right now that if you're serious about this, we can get you to where you need to be. But this is $25,000 off our program. You're going to need to act now so we can work with you to get you onboarded. Okay. There's no algos in this. This is not an algo course. No, this is a prop firm course. Yeah, prop firm school. Yeah, we do have algo education, though, inside of the school. Okay. For those of you that have questions and you're going to reach out, Jim is going to follow up with you. Jim, if you're here, can you come on the mic for a second?
What's happening?
So everybody that's asking for some help and questions, I'm going to get you to send an email to them.
Sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Dennis. I appreciate the kind words, brother. Yeah. So Luis is asking, so Stephen, yeah, if Jim, you can take the email from Stephen there and
yeah,
reach out to them. Yeah, no problem,
sure.
guys. Luis is asking, is there algos used? We have an algo course, but the algos are not used in the trading. We do bring them in from time to time, like we just brought the Ready Set Go algo in there, and we do that. But foundation is for ultimately for the trade room. Yeah. Well, we have different trading rooms, Larry. So the ultimate aspect is that if you want to trade futures, then you would basically stay in the futures trading room. You get access to both. It doesn't cost you more. You get two for the price of one, technically. It's all in the same program. Yeah. Right. For those of you that are joining now, Jim, if you want to put the link in the chat box again, give access so you guys can take advantage of that. The Ready, Set, Go is a strategy that we teach inside of the school. We just built the algo on that. It's not part of the program, but it is something that we teach. So I think, Jim, you brought it into this. You're planning on bringing it into the trading room to kind of oversee it and
Yep.
show.
Kind of watching it right now. Works really well on very trending markets in great pullback locations. Yeah.
So great question. Tekahiro is saying, would you say this is better than an algo? I say that it's a completely different experience. An algo is a tool. This is like a master's degree. This is the Navy SEALs of trading. Like this is like, how do I say this without trying to sound like we're the only thing that does this? I've spent a lot of money on trading schools and courses years ago when I got started. I dreamt of a solution like this. Doesn't exist. We built that because it doesn't exist. Yeah. This is not an influencer program. We're not just a YouTube influencer just trying to sell a course. This is an actual academy with live instructors trading live. We've got thousands of log trades. You know, it's you probably get about 30 courses in the school. Yeah, there's a lot of programs in there. Yeah. No problem, Takahiro. Yeah. Not sure what I mean, what you mean by that, Pavel. If you want to basically explain your question a little bit differently, I can answer it. Yeah, I'll read it out once I understand it. Yeah, if you end up taking the same trades as our instructors, you may get a different fill, and you ultimately most likely going to be trading different size. So it's independent of each other. Yeah. Prop firm will be up and running as soon as TickBlaze goes live. Yeah. You can learn at your own pace, but most people are going to want to get funded quickly. So that's why they come into the room and they basically follow the instructors using our pre-built trading plans, because they're the same trades we take every single day. VWAP, CWAP, Ready, Set, Go. It's the same setups every single day. Yeah. Yeah. And then you can take an eval and get funded with a prop firm quickly and efficiently. Yeah. Great. Well, I want to thank what platform you did the school. Well, Greg, great question. You know, we've been using NinjaTrader for some time. We use a few of the other scanning platforms for the equities programs, but we just acquired our own platform recently and we're getting ready to launch it. And I don't want to deviate from this discussion too much, but we're going to be doing a big deep dive on that when we go ready to go live on the markets. I can promise you it's going to be something you don't want to miss. Yeah. Yeah, this is I'll show you a little bit of a sneak peek of it. This is it right here. Yeah. So it's in all fairness, it's NinjaTrader on steroids times 100. And we'll get into that in a moment, but you know, I'm one of the second largest developers in the world in NinjaTrader's backend infrastructure, and we can do with this technology that none of the retail trading platforms can. So there's some really exciting stuff about this, but yeah, we'll get into the platform demos. We'll get into TickBlaze. We'll get into all that after. But I can promise you this will be the trading platform that we will be using once it goes live inside of the school. Yeah. Yeah, integrated with every single futures brokerage firm in the business, interactive brokers, Forex clearing firms, cryptocurrency exchanges, you name it. Yeah. And yes, you can integrate with Rhythmic and trade for all the prop firms. Yes. Why? Because we're a prop firm going live with Rhythmic. So I can promise you this, that it's some exciting things are coming. And if you're in the NeuroStreet school, you will benefit more than anybody in the business. I can promise you that. So I want to thank everybody for joining me today, and you know, appreciate everybody's time. Appreciate all of you guys' being here and all the questions. And great, excellent. So Jim, we'll follow up with all the people that have asked questions. We've got a lot of people that still have some questions. We want you to reach out, and yeah, And all the people that said they're joining, thank you guys. We're super, super excited to see you guys come into the school and the classrooms, and really, really looking forward to seeing you guys, slam it out of the park. And, hopefully you guys, thank you for making it so affordable, Stephen. Yeah. Appreciate it, guys. I know not everybody is ready all the time. And I understand that there's time and a place. Everybody's in different places in their life, financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, whatever your situation is. My only mandate in NeuroStreet is to help you become the best prop firm trader you can possibly be, right? We truly do want to see you successful. Yes, we're a business. Yes, we sell courses. Yes, we sell programs. If every business has to sell in order for it to stay alive, right? But we're not just a course provider, right? We've been around since the inception of NinjaTrader, and we're still the only school in the business that runs full-time live trading rooms. That says something about who we are and what we do. It's because we're the best, and I stand behind that. And I've got extremely successful traders to back that. If you want to speak to any of them, shoot an email over to Jim and he'll put you in touch with very successful traders that'll scream to the heavens that coming on board with what we do is the right business decision for you, right? And the reason we don't just talk about a trading system in this presentation is because I'd be doing you a disservice. We don't just trade one system. You're getting multiple different strategies in the school. You're going to get several trading systems and several different signals and several different trading rooms and multiple online programs. You won't need to go anywhere ever again is the whole point. This will be the best business decision you ever make this year when it comes to trading and your future in this industry. I promise you that. So reach out to us if you have any questions. Jim will put the link one last time, and I think we're good to go. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you, and look forward to seeing you on the inside. We'll send out a recording. We'll make sure you guys have access to it. And yeah, see you on the charts, traders. Take care. Have a great day.